But Islam mean? This war, if it was black people, couldn't get along. Black people hate each other naturally. You know it, and I know it. If Crips is running it, there will always be a blood at the doorstep. So what if a priesthood said, I got an idea. What if we create a new enemy, a different enemy, an enemy where all black people's attention will be pointed towards them while we still truly run the planet as the true hidden hand. Spirit was talking to me. I said, well, let me probe this. I said, well, what if it was black people that, because we say it all the time, white people were in the caves, then all of a sudden, they now own Kabbalah. They now own Celtic science, Nordic sciences, Roman and Greek mythologies, and then even their philosophies on our mythologies. Now we would still say, I know we did it and we were the first one and they got it from us. What if they were trained in this stuff just enough, or this stuff was put there or changed to put some of their faces on it for the sole purpose of creating a dummy race that looks like they're running the world, while the true race never really gave up power. You can't say we were running this millions of years in a span of 2,000 years. It's all done. But it makes sense if we were still running it, or a group of us was still running it, or the archons, perhaps in a priesthood called Yaqub, said, we have an idea. They raised them up, starting with Constantine, the religion, all of that, niggas that raised them up. And now we wake up in a world where they were our slave masters, and we say they're running economies, and we say this, that, the other. And then the one secret society we have is, oh, we're mimicking them because, you know, they're the boss. They run everything. They did everything. Mind you, on the other hand, we're saying they were just in the caves 5 minutes ago. But now, boom, yeah, everything must have their signature on it. Every celebrity that dies, how did the white man kill him? Not to say that they don't, not to say they're not doing what they're doing, but they're giving way to do what they do because there's something else that's truly running this. I think Dave Chappelle and them niggas know. I think Chris Rock and them niggas know. I think anybody in entertainment knows because entertainment runs the game. I think Cat Williams knows. I think Monique knows. I think they complain as much as they can without getting killed. I think Bill Cosby ultimately knows. And I think a part of that Boule Archon agenda is we must play the underdog, where most of Black society must have a mentality where we're fighting against something. We can't have the victory, otherwise it goes against the narrative. So when Bill Cosby says, I'm gonna buy NBC, it's not white people saying that's too big and bad for you. It's Black people saying, if he buys NBC, then Black people can no longer say we're victims of the media. We're exploiting because we now have the power to do it. We say it all the time. How come Oprah, Michael Jordan, Eddie Murphy, and whatever other rich nigga can't get together and make their own Hollywood? Why is everyone complaining? They do this in Hollywood, they do this in Hollywood, when we can make our own movies? Why is Tyler Perry giving that shit but does nothing but Madea fucking movies? You understand? Because if we say We have power. We can no longer say we're exploited, and it goes against the narrative. So that which truly runs the country, niggas, black people, archons that truly run the country, saying, Bill, you can't do that. And if you try to do that because you know better, because he is Boule and he's high in the Boule, off with your head. They killed his son. He chilled out. He complained a little bit about the cooning, and then he went on, he stayed, and it's in my book, he went to some college and started complaining about niggers. Because remember, we're talking about good and bad hair. For them, these archons, they understand they're a different angelic race from the angels that came down here. Me, I'm from that same angelic race, but I'm not on the agenda of the archon, which is the setup for this creator, the creator that y'all talking about, which is the demiurge god to feed. And in turn, they feed because they have good lives. Listen, y'all need to hear this shit. So Bill Cosby goes on this tour, if you will, of ranting about black women and their sneakers, niggas buying two Nikes, and you should tell the fathers, if you can contact the fathers in the home, what to do with this. He pretty much blamed black women for all society's ills. He was ranting with that nigga hate that I'm sure they do in these Boule meetings, in these fraternity meetings. Something the young guy who goes to the fraternity does not know this. He's the young recruit. But if he's recruited to go further and further and shown that he has nigga hate in his heart, he's identifying himself spiritually as an archon. To understand that they are a different race. There's niggas who hate you and treat you like you're a different race. I'm sure you have experienced this somewhere. Who is this nigga? This doctor that looks at you with such disdain because they came up in these societies. And these motherfuckers are a different race, archons. Y'all niggas need to get on it. So, like I said, you have to look at this thing cosmically. White people don't really factor in. They have been factored into you to be your distraction, and it's fucking working. Every fucking minute, you got some nigga talking about whitey and what white people are doing. And we need to do this because white people do that. They ain't nothing. They are the distraction. Your problem has always been with motherfuckers with color. Always. You've also been trained to think everyone's your brother, while the true archons taught you that as well. So you can't make the distinction based upon the energy that's in the room. When I have to deal with doctors or whoever, the energy that's in the room, them niggas ain't niggas. You can tell them motherfuckers will experiment on you and kill you and don't give a fuck about you, no matter what color they are. Because intellectually, they built themselves up so much based upon their archon spirit that it separates you. They don't see you as blacks versus the niggas. Jigaboos, wannabes, good and bad hair, baby. That's what it's all about.